Okay, TIWA Savage, SEYI SHAY, Victoria Kimani somehow in the mix. I'm sure by now you guys have seen all the stories and you've seen the videos, the clips, the hot takes, everything about TIWA Savage confronting SEYI SHAY in the salon in the midst of getting her hair or nails done. This whole thing was bound to happen at some point. 2019, when Kiss Daniel had the Fuck You challenge, and SEYI SHAY and Victoria Kimani decided to take it upon themselves to turn a song that was supposed to be addressed towards your ex or somebody that has broken your heart and use it to get their just what I mean, tap some little clout wouldn't hurt, you know. Now say what you want to say about the whole situation. There is an angle that I don't see many people touching on, which we'll get to at some point. SEYI SHAY publicly said trash things on a song, on a record about TIWA Savage a couple years back. That was obvious. Everyone knew it. It was about TIWA Savage. We could go back. We could roll the tape, okay? But we're not going to roll the tape because ain't nobody got time for that. If you've seen it, I'm sure most people have seen it. But nonetheless, it was obvious that SEYI SHAY had publicly shamed TIWA Savage, calling her, you know what I mean, everything from the whole nine, you know, like Olosho can't be your hobby. Even though Olosho can't be your hobby was a Kiss Daniel line, but you can tell how she used that and addressed it in the entire cover for TIWA Savage. And SEYI SHAY in recent times hasn't been in the news for very pleasant things, man. I think a lot of things are just a lot of the press that she's been getting in recent times have not been to her benefit, okay? People have come out to show their disdain for her, especially how she treated the 17-year-old on the show. Yes, I know it was taken out of context. She has addressed it multiple times, but she's always had to be chasing these narratives and explaining herself time after time again. And it's getting to a point where it's just a bad reputation on her. Whoever is a publicist, whoever is in charge of her PR, has a shit ton of work to do to transform her brand from being this you know what I mean, bad spirit kind of lingering kind of optics, you know. I mean, the optics are not pretty. I don't know SEYI SHAY personally, so I wouldn't know how she is as a person, but in the public light right now, it's not pretty, it's not good. And this just made it a whole lot worse. On the grand scheme of things, most people would tend to lean towards TIWA Savage and take sides with TIWA Savage because she's a bigger artist with a bigger platform, and she can easily be able to control the narrative more than SEYI SHAY can. Even with the follow-up video that she's had, she's not really done much image cleaning with that. But there was one thing that really struck me from that follow-up, okay? The fact that TIWA may have said some really terrible things. Okay, granted, TIWA said some out-of-line shit. I'm not here to endorse everything that TIWA Savage said on that video and what SEYI SHAY claims TIWA Savage said when the cameras were not rolling. She said some horrible shit, bro. She said some really terrible things that even TIWA said, like, she was lucky that was not on camera because, my guy, that was rough to say. Someone that has had a miscarriage, for you then to not say she would never have a child again. That's say what you want to say, but yeah, that's out of line. But I don't think many people even heard that part because, again, SEYI SHAY is the smaller artist in this context. Many people would not hear whatever she has to say to follow up this entire thing. A lot of people saw the video and saw the claims that she made and were like, we don't care. People still didn't care after SEYI SHAY had come up and try to like clean up the air a bit. Still people were not leaning towards her side. A lot of the comments I saw under her videos and a follow-up was not nice. Was not people were still leaning towards TIWA Savage regardless. And it's sad in a way because SEYI SHAY kind of did it to herself. Your disdain to her was publicly documented, and TIWA Savage for the most part does all her things behind the scenes. Like, we don't know everything TIWA Savage does. There have been claims, there have been allegations, numerous allegations, and that's the angle I was getting to. There have been numerous allegations as to what TIWA Savage does behind the scenes, and TIWA Savage is an artist that we all love. But all these allegations kind of just be coming out of thin air. Like, there seems to be a pattern here. When women come out together and say some things, it's not always the conspiracy. It's not always that they were sitting in one room and say, how are we going to destroy TIWA Savage? I don't think that's the case. I think Tiwa Savage, there's something to be said. There's something to be said to all these allegations. There's something to be said. Like, why aren't we even nobody's even batting an eye when it comes to Tiwa Savage and all these claims that she may have been suppressing or sabotaging other female artists' careers, like stopping shows and or not getting endorsements. Again, these are all claims that SEYI Shay and Victoria Kimani have made towards Tiwa Savage. Many people don't seem to take these things seriously, and why isn't anyone addressing these? I'm not saying these are all truths, neither am I saying they are lies. Let's actually explore the idea that Tiwa Savage may have done some things for these people to feel, so I don't know, some form of agitation towards her. I know we all love Tiwa Savage and the narrative seems to skew towards her because she's a bigger artist and a bigger platform. But let's actually look at it, man. At the end of the day, this spoke to a larger issue within the Nigerian music industry. Many industries, not even Nigeria alone, many industries, especially industries that are male dominated. The women tend to be conditioned to think there can be only one like me in that spot. Okay, we see this in other instances. We see this in the hip hop scene with Nicki and Cardi B feeling like, oh, this person is trying to jack up my style. Hence why I'm gonna like subliminally like suppress or sabotage their career, or just some form of animosity just generates, maybe through their fans, maybe through just all necessary pressures that feel like there can only be one person in this spot. And that shouldn't be the case. SEYI Shay should be able to have a thriving career for herself, and Tiwa Savage as well. Like, there shouldn't be a problem. Every other female artist that seems to make a great name for themselves are not in a Tiwa Savage lane. Tiwa Savage had a very unique lane and brand, and it felt like there was pressure for that spot. Like, Tiwa has a very unique spot in this industry, and she has held on to it for almost a decade, okay? And now, is there an idea that she might feel threatened for people coming through her lane and taking her spot? Hey, it's possible. It's possible. She might be conditioned that way. So let's look at that possibility too, man. Let's look at that possibility. Of course, let me know what your opinion is about this whole saga. Last, this whole thing feels orchestrated by Buhari's administration to distract us from the fact that they're trying to turn Nigeria into a dictatorship. Stay blessed, beautiful people. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.